Okay. Okay. I don't have Twitch for my new phone. I need to get Twitch chat for my new phone. Dear Play Store, where is the Twitch chat, please? I guess I'm also not on the Wi-Fi now. What? Settings. Wi-Fi. Sign in, aka press the one stupid button that they put on the web page to prevent you from just having your Wi-Fi magically work. Okay. Now we go to Twitch. Twitch live game streaming. Frosty for Twitch. Stream Elements. Stream Labs. I don't want those. I want Twitch live game streaming. Rated 4.5 stars by the fine discerning Twitch.tv audience. TwitchCon is back. It's the ultimate squad up, and it won't be the same without you. San Diego, 7th to 9th of October. Something tells me that ad is too late. Oh man, it's November 1st. You know what that means? If I went into Starbucks today, it would have been Christmas. Choose a Twitch account. Enter the code sent to you by text message. You didn't send me a text message. Resend code, please. Did I configure an authenticator app many years ago? Where's, maybe I did get a text message. I got a text message from a person. I did not get a text message. Are they trying to entrap me into using Google Authenticator? I have no idea. Okay. How about what should I do? Should I check my email? Nothing in my email. This is computers, everybody. They said, Emmett says he sent me a text message. I click on resend code. I have this screen. I click on resend code. It looks like a button. Oh, wait, it actually flashed. But it doesn't do anything when I tap it. And then it never even sends a code. So this is really fun. I'm having a good Twitch experience right now. Watch, I'm gonna get 27 codes in like 15 minutes. I can't read my chat until this happens. I mean, I could read it like a peon. or gets peed on. I don't know. Has anyone had this problem? Like, it doesn't even let me do my password, which I could try guessing. It's literally only prompting me for the code. You didn't receive SMS today for YouTube. I mean, maybe I'll just go to my own channel on the web page anonymously, and then I'll just sit through all the ads for myself and generate ad revenue. Like, which is sort of fraud, right? Although maybe the IP filter it and notice that. It's just like, how else am I supposed to see the chat without occupying my screen? Okay, that was my dashboard, which I don't even want to do because I don't want to sit here and think about my password. Do you guys think Vladimir Putin sabotaged? Wait, it's forcing me to log in. Can you not do Twitch Anonymous anymore? That can't be right. Hold on. Let me just go to twitch.tv. Okay. I'm on Twitch TV as Anonymous Rando. And then I will search for me. I am live. And now I've got a wonderful ad. But I've also got a chat. Yes. I mean, I'm on an Android phone, so it's basically impossible to type anything. And I also can't... Like, Google is too smart for you, so I already have the URL for my page, ending in jblo, and I'm trying to put /chat on the end, but I can't, because when I tap on the address bar, it clears the whole thing. There's, like, no way to not do that I could tell. I mean, unless maybe I manually copy... Oh, you do that. Okay. God, it's so fucking annoying. All right. It's like they have a button right next to it to clear it. But they clear it by default anyway. It's like, I don't... This is all designed by people who don't understand things. All right. I have the chat. Now. Okay. Now, let me talk about what I'm going to do. Hey, so longtime viewers to this stream will note that probably beginning 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I was calling that there would be a top and then a crash in terms of number of web developers being hired and job availability for those positions as the economics changed and these companies were no longer in hyper-growth mode. And I imagined that it might take like 15 years, but it looks like it might happen much sooner than I thought. So you thought Mark Andreessen was me? I mean, we both don't have hair. Okay. He has a lot more money than me. So that's another difference. He also reads more books than me. I'm better at making video games than him. I'm not sure it's a good trade-off. Does he stream? I don't know. He does podcasts. Yeah, usually when I make predictions, I think I'm super early, and so even my 15-year prediction I thought might be early, but like it's been 2 years and it's already happening. Now the question is, does it like super crash from here, or does it like kind of bounce its way down, right? I kind of think it super crashes, like because the problem is, so it's like you guys know about queuing theory, right? Like if there's people standing in line for something, if you service the queue faster than people are showing up in line, then you're fine, right? You're totally fine and everything's good and everything looks the same. Like your time to service a dude looks constant. Don't think of that the wrong way, but your time to serve a, a line waiting person looks constant. And then as soon as you're not handling them barely fast enough, right? It starts rising. And the numbers can get quite astronomical because, like, if you go an hour with the queue length slowly building up, then each new person who shows up in the queue has to wait the entire queue length, which gets longer every time, right? And so you can be at one servicing speed and think you're totally fine, and you can go epsilon above that and end up in a very bad situation if you're not able to speed it up, right? So think about the inverse with regard to employees in a given industry, right? And this is probably what happened to the auto workers industry, by the way, in the 70s, right? You have some number of people, like there's all these people in college right now for computers thinking they're going to get out and be in this awesome job market, right? So those are all people in line. You've already got people in the industry now who are going to be in the front of those people once like Facebook and Google and et cetera get more aggressive in downsizing, right? And so you've got some rate of production of people who want computer jobs. And the rate of consumption used to be roughly matched to that rate of production, but now it's much lower. So what you can expect is the line will just get tremendously long very fast. It'll be like a super bullwhip effect. Have I ever mentioned why I'm thinking of moving out of Florida already? I am thinking of moving out of Florida for just one reason, and that's because the dance is much funner in the place where I'm moving to. Um, did my car and apartment survive? I have not been back yet. I assume my car is fine. It's in an indoor garage, and St. Pete didn't take much damage. And if it did, my building would have called me. Your CEO said no layoffs planned this year, but you can't rule that out if needed. Yeah. I mean, a lot of CEOs are expecting they might have to downsize by like 20 or 30%, but are putting it off as long as possible. Because nobody wants to fire people if they don't have to. I'm losing my voice. Back in a second. I'm going to get a soda and what else? Oh, I was going to show a cool dance photo from Eastern Europe that somebody took. Wait, I didn't even have my picture up. What's going on? What's going on? I thought I had it up the whole time. That's what she said. Did it go out at some point in the stream? Okay. How's that? I'm sure I look like hell, by the way, because I was just sick for 3 days. All right, back in a sec. Okay, turning off the heinous backlight helped as well. By the way, if I move to this other place that I'm thinking of, I'd probably keep the place in Florida for a little while, I'm thinking, because it's cold in any other place. Did I say where I am? I am unfortunately in San Francisco right now. Why is the tech industry downsizing so much? Is it just because the COVID boom is over? No. Okay, here's the biggest factor, right? And again, I am not very schooled in this, but you can watch, everything I learned about this, I learned from the All In podcast, so you can watch that, right? So the problem is the current, or up until this year, economy of venture capital that was funding all of these companies, right? How does venture capital work? Well, people out in the world have money that they want to invest and get more money back, right? And they have a variety of things that they could do. And so people are just trying to do what is the best thing that they do, that they can. What is their best option to make money, right? That's just how it goes. And these are often like large institutions, like, pension funds or whoever, like lots of different things. Frickin' universities with endowments. Okay, so they want to invest their money somewhere. So venture capitalists offer them one kind of way to invest their money. And that kind of way is as follows. Hey, we're going to pick some basket of technology companies, and we're going to invest in them probably relatively early when we can get a good price, and we're going to try to pick winners. And because these are technology companies, and these days technology mostly means software, even though I don't think that's correct, because I don't think most of this software is technology, but nevertheless, they say, okay, especially in software, you can have this result where if a company is successful, it can be tremendously valuable relative to its number of employees or its capital outlay. Because if you think of in the old days, if you were a global company before the internet, you had to have like offices around the world. You had to ship things around the world or something. You were probably dealing in physical goods. Now, if you're one of these internet companies that just like sells people hats on Twitch for $5 or whatever, right? Um, you can have one office somewhere in the world. Your customer base can be the entire world, and you can sell them things that cost almost nothing to reproduce, right? And so, with modern software companies, uh, the value of the company, in other words, how much can you make over some predicted time frame? That's a complex thing in its own, which we'll get to, right? Is much higher than with traditional, heavier capital outlay companies. And so it's been a much more lucrative thing to invest in, especially, once people see it working, right? So it was working amazingly. And then people got over enthusiastic with dumb companies during, 1999, 2000. That blew up really fast. And so people were skittish. But people were still making internet companies in 2001, 2002, 2004, etc. And a lot of those ended up being hugely valuable when people decided again that this was a reasonable investment sector, right? Then it took off again because people saw it happening, so more people are willing to put money in, right? Okay. So now, what's the value of a company? Well, it's sort of how much can you get by selling your portion of the ownership in the company, right? Which, if you're private, like if the company's early and isn't a publicly listed company on the stock market, it depends on, is another company going to buy it maybe, or is it going to go public later? And if another company is going to buy it, then, you sort of maybe have market specific projections, right? If it's listed publicly on the stock market, then it tends to be something more like, how much money is this thing projected to make per year, or has it made in the past couple years, right? Depending on how you want to think about it. Like whether it's rapidly growing or not, you may choose one or the other of those, right? And there's just some ratio that is considered to be reasonable for like how many years of earnings is worth it to pay for some stock, because you're likely to get more back later, um, just by virtue of the way that the company returns money to shareholders, right? And so, of course, that's of course complicated, right? Because usually you just want to sell your stock to somebody else who thinks it's going up. And maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but you want to have sold it when it's higher than you bought it for, right? But if nobody ever buys it, there's just stuff like dividends, for example, right? By which you can receive compensation as a stockholder. Okay. I didn't. It's a new phone. Who dis? The display went to sleep. All right. So that price earnings ratio is a big factor in how much companies are worth. So now, a lot of these companies, this is where it gets kind of complicated and where I understand it less, right? But okay, so a lot of companies have a lot of debt, right? They incur debt. That's sort of the VC model, in fact, right? Is you spend a bunch of money early because something seems promising, and you make it back later in volume and all that, right? That becomes harder at high interest rates, right? So firstly, if the economy is going downward, there's less and less spare consumer capital over time to be available for your company to make, right? So it's just you're facing into headwinds already, and then the debt that you took out to fund your company like appreciates, right? Um, so that's an issue, right? Uh, but also, so going back to what I said at the beginning about people are trying to invest money and they want to invest it in the best place possible, right? And when interest rates are higher, which is what's happening now to try to combat inflation, right? Then there are other places where you can get a higher nominal return than you would have before, right? If interest was zero, you put in $100 this year into some bond, right? And they might give you $100.25, 5 years from now or something, because the interest rate is very low. But if the interest rate is frickin' 5% that they're paying on those bonds, right? $105 looks a lot better than $100.50, and it looks more appealing relative to a risky technology company that is facing headwinds, right? And so all of these things change at once. And there's just more factors too, like when there's stock market crashes like we just had, a lot of these investment institutions lose a lot of the large pools of capital that they were using to invest in things like this, right? And so there's more of a shortage of that capital and there's more competition for where it goes. There's basically a bunch of things that go bad at the same time. And I'm not the expert in the topic. I'm just outlining it broadly. I've never run a startup model company. It's always been not my bag, but this is my understanding of how that generally goes, right? So, is this about the Twitter purchase? No, I'm just talking about the coming downsizing of all these companies, right? So basically, both the number of people looking for jobs and the number of companies that even exist right now are calibrated for last year when the economy was doing much better. We didn't have runaway inflation. Actually, we already did, but nobody was admitting it. We didn't have all these supply chain problems that were as persistent as they are. Like we had some, but we thought they were more temporary, right? And all sorts of other things. And so there's just too many companies now. Some of them have to go out of business. That's just how that works. And also, most of the medium to large size growth track companies just have to have more modest targets, right, that they're aiming for. Um, I honestly don't think this is a very bad time to start a very like seed stage, like low burn rate company right now, because by the time you have your shit together and you're ready to grow, we might be out of this economic thing unless we decide to set some nukes off, right? Um, which would be the worst thing that's ever happened in human history. So let's not do that. Um, sort of lost my train of thought there, but oh yeah. So if you want to start a really small company, don't let the bad economic conditions deter you because it's maybe still not that hard to find funding for really good ideas if you're small. It's like people who are in the series B, C, D stage right now, they're in trouble. And a lot of them are going to go out of business. Oh, my display's gone again. Um, yeah, and just the number of the ones that don't go out of business are going to reduce headcount. And so the whole point is there's going to be a lot more surplus in these kinds of jobs, right? And so the kinds of jobs that will be very hard to get placed in are the kinds where you have no particular skill, like generic front end development or generic back end development, because there'll be a massive surplus of those people, right? But as always, if you are especially good at what you do, right? If you know something that not a lot of people know, um, etc., variations of that, then you can do fine. Then this kind of thing won't touch you. Or you can do what I always do, which is I just go off in a corner and do my own thing. Like that's what I did during the dot-com boom and the dot-com bust, right? And as a result, I do not have as much money as Mark Andreessen, but I'm also good at making video games. Fake high price to reveal lower high price, yeah. I believe that was the strategy. So, by the way, if you ever want to know why it's a bad idea to get into a nuclear war, you can go to this cool site called Nuke Map. It's an educational site. And you type in where you are. I'm not in Denver right now. I am in... See, San Francisco is one of the presets, which is how you know Putin has something aimed there. He probably would shoot like downtown, right? Actually, no, because you know downtown's toast if you hit like here. It depends. Depends on the yield, but you pick, I don't know, like, I don't know what the Russian missiles are. It's probably classified, but you have something like a typical U.S. cruise missile, like a Minuteman III, all right? You do an airburst, and it's like, okay, that's San Francisco now. SF looks like a nuke already went off. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, dude. Like... Okay, so within the gray circle, most buildings are gone and most people are dead or have severe burns. If they are not in explicit blast shelters, of which I don't know where there are any in San Francisco. They sort of claim that the BART stations are, but they're not. Yeah, this is only one warhead, by the way. Also under, oh yeah, I mean, imagine what's going to happen to the ocean here, right? You're going to push a bunch of water out and it's going to come back, right? It's like, you know, something on a spring, basically. Won't they massively carpet nuke everything with MIRVs? Yes. Yes, I believe that is the plan. But this is just what one missile would do. And this is like Minuteman IIIs are like from the 1970s, right? (1960s). So this is nuclear missile technology from 60 years ago, by the way. Would do this to San Francisco, one of them. So don't, you know, just when people are arguing on Twitter about how cool it would be to set off some battlefield nukes, just just don't, just don't, don't go there. It's very, very, very bad. Yeah. Tom Lehrer has a song about this. Just moved to South San Francisco. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, come on. There's at least one on Berkeley, right? There's at least one on Palo Alto. And like someone said, there's actually going to be MIRVs, right? So like, um, there's some kind of MIRV button here somewhere. Multiple. Like, do I just click? Oh, does it put? Oh, it just adds the next one. So, you know, there's probably one in Palo Alto because that's where the technology is. You want to blow that up, right? Like I said, there's going to be one in Berkeley. Oh, this UI sucks. But okay. I mean, for sure they would take out the airports, right? Like if you're going to send a 5 missile MIRV to the San Francisco area, you're going to hit the 2 airports for sure. Whoops. Whoops. So like, there we go, San Francisco Airport. Yeah, so that's like one ICBM at 1960s technology level. With a little bit of failure, because aren't MIRVs like 7 or something? Three to 12 or 14 in a short range configuration. All right, so 7 is kind of between 3 and 12. Or 5. 5 is, you know, anyway, just don't like, just think about it. Visit this site, click on some things, and just think about it. All right. So let's actually program. How's that for an idea? Okay, so I need to add one more fog clear in the lower right corner. But if I unfog this map, you will see that our overhead map is kind of ill configured. Like it's got a little too much distance on the north and the east. And I want to figure out why that is. And maybe I should just add more markup. Like I want to figure out if it's because we have terrain up here, or if we're stretching past the ocean. Like what if I just delete this and control F11? You know, that might not have recalculated the frickin' thing. Okay. What if I delete that? Okay, yeah, so we're like setting the world bounds by the ocean. I'm hitting the wrong keys all over the place. Yeah. And like now you see a gap on the top, I think because the bottom stretches out, right? So if I bring the bottom in, of course the problem is the entities down there may also stretch it. But yeah, so now it's holding the entities in. But you can see now we have less gap on the top. Okay, so that is what's happening. Oh, fuck off. Dude, I'm getting tired of these bugs. Guys, we cannot have bugs when editing like this. All right. Let me turn off the screen for a second and send an email. This is just, we can't have this happening this far into development. Stability is very important. Someone's fired? No, but somebody is getting an email that this is a top priority item. I tapped my screen before it went away and not lose work. Okay, I won't add the fact that it happened on stream. Okay. Dome Keeper later? No. I don't want to play frickin' Dome Keeper. We do have a game that we may play. It is not Dome Keeper. Okay. So the thing is, we do want the like we want most levels to be able to use this auto sizing capability if possible, right? But in some cases, we want to be able to override it. So now that said, we also why is it taking so fucking long to open the editor? Oh, because we crashed. That's why. I thought I had restarted it. Had not. Yeah, I wish my computer didn't have a fan. Dude, it just eats so much battery. Okay, so now ignore the ugliness as well. These puzzles are really good. They're really good. Okay, so what I could do, so on the camera control for the overhead map, I could put, I just closed the lister. I could put some members if we don't already have them. So one thing we can do is say adjust to explored fog, which will actually, actually if we do that, it'll help a little bit. It didn't help at all. Oh, because I think we add a radius. That's hard-coded for the overworld and adds a radius around the starting point, which here is in the corner. Okay, so I think what I just want to do is add an override, which is going to be confusing because we have a number of frickin' things already. But I'm just going to add an override that says, it's a checkbox that says, use manual, use offsets, just use offsets, because sometimes, like, putting long descriptive names on entities is sometimes too much. And it'll just be an offset from the lower left corner of the world for the initial lower left corner, and an offset for the upper right corner. And that'll be easy to think about, because you're just like, how many squares? Okay. The other thing I want to do before I save this out is, no matter what, we're going to want to be able to see a little bit further this way. So let's put some watery squares. Oh, those didn't change the visuals, but hopefully they will after we restart. Okay, so now we can see those rivers come in from off the map. That's great. Wait, and somehow all of a sudden that recomputed my extents to something totally different. Excuse me, baking powder? Oh, did I not turn off the... I didn't turn off this, so I'm not that surprised. But that's not really... Oh, the unfog might have messed it up. Okay. Yeah, so I understand this. So we're just going to put in some things that say, hey, man. All right. So here's how we do things downtown. Adjust to, we want to put it here. We want to say, this is going to be what version of the entity? 19. We're going to say manual offsets. Right, and that's going to be false. We're going to say manual x0, just to tell us. So that's going to be a vector 2i, manual x1, vector 2i, p0, p1, I don't know. Okay, now, camera. Do we do adjust to explored fog? Okay. So here we're going to say if overhead control dot manual offsets, we're going to do one thing. Min f is to vec2 control dot, what did I just call it? Manual p0 plus the frickin' okay, we actually want these min f's down here. We're going to do this the other way around. So here we compute this, and because we shouldn't have both of these set at the same time. That's something you could sanity check, but let's do this. log error has set both adjust to export fog and whatever I called this. Let's just put the close quote. Like, Emacs trying to be smart is better than Visual Studio trying to be smart, but it's still pretty damn stupid sometimes. All right. So we're just going to add yeah, okay, I almost goofed there. Max F is origin F, whatever the corner was, plus manual P1. So these are just like, what are we trying to fit within the frickin' view, right? Okay. Note, this is still subject to aspect ratio fitting below, which may do something we don't like. Just getting this to work for skipping pals for now. Dude, it's almost my birthday. I'm almost 21. I'm going to be able to drink 2vec2. Wait, what? Did I goof my... Bro, such a noob mistake. Oh my god. Guys, I'm going to be able to, like, drink. Okay. What am I going to drink? Sprite. Host wrote a program that took a month to compute something, held an optimization competition, which got it down to like 2.5 milliseconds. That would be interesting to watch. Oh. I goofed. What? Is it version... guys, it's version 19. Stupid Emacs bug. There's this bug in Emacs sometimes where you type at V19 and it puts in at V18. It's like Microsoft refuses to fix it. I don't understand the problem. It's a very rare bug because people don't type that too often. But like, yeah, I mean, that's when people say the compiler is smarter than you are or it knows how to optimize things better than you. No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Okay, so now let us guess. Unfrog. So I like the left border where it is. Top border can come down, I don't know, like by height plus 5. So we'll look up what height is. No, you know what? Let's just wing it, right? 14. And the right can come in by 7. Oh, but we don't do it that way. Ah, okay. Here's what we do. First, let's just get the bottom corner where we want it, which is actually... Is there just like not enough map down here? Let's fix that. Yeah, the ocean, this is bad form. This ocean, it's... You know when they say it's the motion of the ocean? That's what they're talking about. We still have fucking UI bugs that I asked people to look at, and I guess they haven't been able to yet. Okay. I mean, to be fair, they are probably bugs that I made. But still. Okay, okay, that's probably a little better. Now that's going to change our result here. Oh, wait, maybe it's not. Right, because our screen 0 is in a different place. So now we just want the fog area to go south. Fuck! All right. All right. So I'm doing my best to keep my blood pressure in check, but I can't frickin' edit the world anymore. Well, if I don't resize the ocean, it's probably not going to come up that often. Oh yeah, you know what else though? I had wanted to put a fog clearing. See, I can't fucking select things at low frame rates. Like I'm just running debug build because, and we're streaming. It makes the frame rate low, and therefore things are sag. All right, so okay, left comes in by 5. No, actually by 0. No, left is fine. What am I talking about? Um, bottom goes down is what happens. Now the problem is the way that I've programmed this. I need to set both, right? Okay, so P0, we're going to put like -3 squares. We're not going to set the offsets yet, but it doesn't matter because we're not pushing the changes. And then we want 4 screens up plus, let's say, 4 for Y1. And then 4 screens across for X. So do we have squares per screen here? That's in settings. It's a little bit confusing. Is it? Where even is it? Here. I put it here for some reason. It's not on camera because it's actually gameplay irrelevant, but okay, 20 by 15. So we said 4 across. All right, so we go to the last thing. Per screen, P1, 4 across is 80, right? And we said 4 up plus 5, is that what I said? Yeah, 65, nice. All right, save that because we don't know what's going to happen. Wait, that didn't frickin' work. Reset. Okay, that didn't frickin' work. At all. Oh, because I didn't check the final checkbox. It's the final checkbox. Okay, I don't know why that's happening. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Maybe my min f is the wrong thing. Wait, that made it even work. What? Hold on. No, okay, so we're basically scraping the exact top, which is sus. We're like somewhere weird horizontally. Subtract the mins instead of adding. No, I don't. I don't believe that that is correct. Let me just look at what the mins are again. I should actually remember how I don't read the code and then I'm sad. I'm going to read it. Okay, grid dot corner. Okay, that's actually not what I want. Okay, you know what? Okay, because these are like different. Okay, so let's just compute this here. This is, we want per screen camera corner. So this is probably wrong. The thing is, in the levels we started with, like promised and stuff, these are the same. It's only in other levels where we change them. Do I have settings already? I probably do, right? Look at all the things happening in this function. Settings, no. Okay, what? Manual offsets. I'm just looking for, okay. So if we're doing manual offsets, we also want to build in a bunch of error checking because somebody's going to check this. Manual offsets on whatever entity string camera control. Like, this is the thing. When you're, any time that you are programming in some things that only work sometimes or that are only meant to be used in certain situations, if you don't also encode that knowledge in some way of how they're meant to be used, you're just making a time bomb because people will not understand, right? Even if you document this, like the documentation is far away from the editor that people are using, right? So what you also can do is be very loud when something is wrong and tell them how to fix it. Okay. Wow, my hands hurt from typing on this shitty laptop keyboard at the wrong height. This is not an ergonomically good chair plus table height, Mr. Trump. Okay. Now, minf, maxf. Okay, so this is settings. Instead of grid dot C, we're going to go settings dot per screen camera C. And actually, this is there. We don't say this. Okay, that should be what I actually wanted. Oh, I left that running the whole time. Dude, this laptop is so dog butt slow when streaming. 952. Overhead control, it's called. Dude, I'm gonna get carpal tunnel if I keep playing programming here. Okay. Let's because we're so dog butt slow right now, we did do LFM build. Okay. That is closer to what I expect. Now the problem is the fog does not go down south as far as I would like. Yeah. This bugs the crap out of me. I'm just going to leave a note about that. Okay, so now the north border can come in by, let's say, 5 squares. The east border, okay, I don't get it because it should be plus 80. Did I not say plus 80? But the fog, see, okay, so the fog, here's where it gets confusing. The fog does not care about my feelings. What I'm controlling is the camera centering, which is fucking different. Oh boy. See, when we actually do fog of war for the level, we want to search for an overhead camera control. That is now the problem. Like, actually, the centering on this is not that bad. I don't know about judging the right-hand side. That's a little weird. It's probably fine. The top is could come in a little bit. We'll do that. But the problem is now the unfogging is weird. So what was, I'm selecting the ocean for some reason, and my brain is not going to the next step. And that's because selecting the ocean is not the right move. We should be selecting the thing that I did, the camera control. This one, per screen. Okay, 65. I don't understand. I mean, maybe it's fine. Let's see. Like, I think that's actually kind of okay if the fog were a little bit more south and trimmed a little bit on the east. This is what I would want. So now let's try to see how bad that is. Fog of war. Get fog of war stuff. We should be calling this, hopefully, okay, so init fog of war serialized state. Okay, yeah, this fucking thing can't do. I thought it can't do sub screens right now because these regions are full screens. And like, I think it can't. And I think what we're seeing on the right hand side um, is a different margin. See how it doesn't have the texturing on it? So this is okay. So I think I'm going to bag the rest of this for now because it's not supposed to be my job. So this is the initial state of the level. Do you see how there's these cleared regions? I would like them to be smaller and more shaped, but the way this was implemented did not yet. This is one of those super annoying things in game development where the thing that I originally did would let us put little circles or whatever just fine. Then that was rewritten to something that looks better, but doesn't have enough flexibility to do the things that we want to do, right? So now we have to add back in the flexibility or rewrite it frickin' again or something, right? So uh, we just need to figure that out. Anyway, this is good because I'm in control of. Actually, you see, since I didn't use the magic. Oh, it's probably the magic unfog command that was messing it up, actually. Interesting. Because I do want the fog probably aligned to screens. Okay. No, this is probably fine. Because you can't really go north of here. You can't really go north of here. Like, you could maybe somehow ride on this lily pad, right? I didn't turn off cheats in time. Oops. Oops. I'll do it this way. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay, fine, whatever. You can do it. And you probably would see, oh, yeah, you would end up off the map anyway. You would sort of go floating off this way into the wild blue. Okay, so that's acceptable for now. Okay, so this is much more presentable. I mean, we need to work out the water when you're in overhead map mode because you're sort of seeing trash because those are areas not next to the player. And, areas not next to the player don't have full waterness, which is bad when you're trying to view the overhead. Okay, but this is just much nicer than this level was this morning, so that's great. I still would like the more shapely fog clears, but that's actually not the highest priority. Nice to see me back. You're not seeing my back right now. Unless you have one of these magic CIA cameras that can reconstruct the image of my back from bouncing off the screen, off my eyeball, or off the glass. I need birthday tea. I am not going to be anywhere with Golden Monkey on my birthday that I know of. Is release planned for 2023? No. When will I be back in San Francisco? I'm in San Francisco right now. I leave tomorrow. In Florida, I don't know, a week and a half? It depends. Why was I going to San Francisco? We have some stuff in storage here. I wanted to ship some stuff out of storage. And one of my Steam Decks was in the mail. So I have another Steam Deck. This is an actual release one, as opposed to the janky old developer one that Valve told me to throw in a landfill. And then And I tried running this on Steam Deck. It didn't work yet. Someone has been working on it, but I don't know if they managed to fix the problems. We could find that out as a little bonus. How did I brick the last one? I actually managed to restore the last one. I didn't brick it. It's just because it was a developer build of the OS, they weren't maintaining it on the servers. And so I booted it up and it just didn't know how to update anymore, and it wouldn't do anything without updating. So I reinstalled that one and it works fine so far, but Valve said, we're not really going to support that one. So expect it to stop working anytime. So I'm like, all right, I'll take the new one you sent. How is the Steam Deck? I mean, it's cool if you want a portable gaming device. The thing is, because I work on a laptop in the world, like in cafes and stuff, I always have a laptop. So, like, I would just game on the laptop. But if I didn't always carry the laptop, and I wanted to play gamepad games or something, then Steam Deck seems pretty good. Do I think Steam Deck will be a platform worth supporting for small developers? I mean, it doesn't really take much effort to support because it's just, is your game on Steam? And then usually it'll work pretty well. You might have to clean up a couple things, but it's not a lot of effort. Let me put it that way. Is the black outline for highlighting interactable objects? You've been wondering why it was added because your mom wanted it to be there. Does the game render through DX12 or Vulkan currently? DX12. I don't personally care about Vulkan very much, but we'll probably do it eventually because some platform it'll be the right API. The Golden Monkey tea from Amazon that I like is the following. Actually, yeah. There we go. This is the one. There might be other ones that are better. I don't know. I just liked this one so much the first time that I ordered it again. It's $13, $14 for like a huge ass amount of tea. That lasts months, even at the rate that I drink tea. It's like how many ounces? 8.8 ounces. You could like get buff by bench pressing this bag of tea. Okay. So, boy, we're productive today. Now we get to see it take a year for my laptop to grind the files. And the ability to specify manual bounds for what? For overhead camera controls. Look, it's still not done giving me the files. The most infuriating thing is then if I have to do a merge to check in, I get to wait for all this again. Yeah, that tea I really like. Your mileage may vary. I am not a representative of that tea company. Why? No, we're not watching Flagrant right now. Okay. Didn't have to do a merge, which in some ways is good. It also means someone wasn't working on the game enough to make a conflict, which is not good, but okay. Now, wow, it took so long to do that. It's just what happens when I'm streaming and the laptop is slow and I'm getting over being sick. We got a thing done. We got a thing done. Did I have bugs on the bug list? added a way to set manual overrides for overhead map extents. Used it on skipping pals. This is just for my little log of what I did today. As you can see, I did not do that much today yet. Oh, the speed control. I was waiting on an email for that. There's some animatics. Let me check my emails. Okay. I should have, I remember seeing in my email a link. I will download it. I don't know if this file is going to work. Dropbox, please download. Ask the owner, no, download. Okay, it's actually playing, which is cool. Let me get us back our screen. Why do we have window capture? How is Babby formed? Okay. I hope I wasn't on window capture of my editor the whole time and you couldn't see the game. That would be a great stream. Okay. Cutscene. Cutscene. Yeah, high quality. Look, this is going to be those aren't Infinity Gauntlets, but they look like them. This is going to be the opening cutscene of E3 2023 right here. You could see the game. That's good. All right. So now, since this plays back in Windows, I suspect that it will also not crash on encoding. It's also much smaller. All right. Rad video tools. Bank it. Bank 2 encoder. Heck yeah. Bank. Blah. And then I encoded the wand get video already, but oh, this takes a long time. Wow, we could have story time while this goes. Bank 2 encoder. Casey, make it faster. He don't work there. You need to ask Tim Sweeney to make it faster. Cliffy B could make... No, Cliffy B doesn't work there. $29.9. Why do people still encode things at 29.97 frames per second? Like, come on. Come on. It's a standard. That is true. It is a standard. Okay. Well, while this is happening, I could do the programming on, which might be easier, might be annoying. We're just doing a low effort version of all of this, but if I go to the data videos, we should have wand get. It should be in source control, and I should be able to just play it, right? Um, what's the API? It's been days since I called this. Play video. Command play video. Okay, what does that do? Play video. Video. Play full screen video. All right, do I call that? Yes, okay. So let's find out if I can just do that randomly in the game and we recover from it. Okay. So, wand get. All right. Now, let's just do this. Whenever you pick up an artifact, we could say if a.cutscene name, that'll be a new member. You just play the cutscene. Very simple, right? Version 4. Cutscene name is a string, v4. All right. How's Rad Video Tools? That's going to make the game even slower, guys. We're streaming and we're pinking. We're just compressing so much video right now. It's nuts. It makes your steak sloppy. When is I Think You Should Leave Season 3 going to come out? Okay. I should have gone to the level. Wait. F1 level promised 1. Okay. Slow frame rate. Wonderful voice acting that you probably can't hear. Load it. Artifact. Not artifact by Valve. 1 cutscene name. Wand get. We're just going to YOLO this now. All right. We're just going for it. All right. Here we go. We're just going to go downstairs and cheat our way through the walls. Go this way. Let me get the map. Get the map. Get the map. Get the map. No, and I mean the map, not the map. All right, so there's the thing. A little abrupt, but we can do a transition for that later. This is going to be the ending cutscene for E3 2023. Okay, so the subtitles are not turning off. Somebody else had implemented those, so I need to check if that's in what they did or... Okay. And then it never fucking goes away. Okay, that's definitely... Oh, then it goes away. Okay. So the subtitle time. Oh, that's a different. No, 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 no. What's happening is that is a bark that is old. That's from my amazing voice acting. Okay, and that's maybe also on the artifact? Or no, we just play that in code, right? Initial bark. No, that's play bark. There we go. There we go. What a frickin' hack that is. All right. So we now have the cutscene when you pick that up, and it'll be made better later. Should you be hearing something? No, because I have audio turned off. Like when you actually play your game, you should have audio turned on. But like a lot of the time when you're developing, it's just annoying because like, when you pause it, I don't know, like audio will repeat or it's just an easy way to get driven insane. Okay, so this is fine though. Let's go to Overworld. How is this going? 67%. Boy, everything's so slow. Boy, everything's so slow. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Okay, that's not what I want. I wanted. Oh, that's the. I freaked out. I thought this was in the map, and I was like, wait, what? No, that's the image. Okay, so this is Promised One, Zach. Okay, that's right. Intro cutscene is gonna be Promised One intro. All right, so we're gonna save that. We're gonna like exit the game just to let Bink go faster. But then we should be able to copy that over and give it a try. Has Sean given much input on the promise stuff? We haven't run it by him yet. The stuff we're doing now is super, super duper temporary, right? What it is an experiment in like how do cutscenes feel in this game? How many should there be? And like what kind of stories work? But I'm not taking any of it super seriously yet. It's just like, messing around. But we want to mess around in the maximally productive way to give us the most information about what the good version of it is. I thought this was exclusively a solitaire channel. Well, you could probably map Sokoban to solitaire, right? They're both like Turing complete. How much does Bink cost? It might depend on the size of the developer. Hour-long cutscenes like Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Yeah, these two promised cutscenes that you see are the only ones that we've done so far. And like, we have a bunch more to sketch up and all this stuff. Did I go trick or treating? No, I was sick yesterday. It was not a good scene. I am still slightly sick, as you can tell. 93% though. 93. I'm going to have to stop programming at this table. It's really hurting my hand, guys. Zeroing big files and games in the 2000s to save space. Well, yes. Oh, you know what? I can't do gaming tonight because I don't have good headphones. I was gonna do some gaming. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I have a backup pair. 98%. I do. Bro, I bought temporary headphones from Walgreens so I could finish what I was doing, and they're so bad. They were $5, and I got what I paid for. I'll tell you what. Like, I wouldn't have imagined, like, you know, audiophiles can tell when things are bad, but I wouldn't imagine that, like, a mainstream store would sell something that's so bad that anyone would think that it's awful. But, like, these headphones, yeah. People still pay for stuff at Walgreens. Well, I did. Actually, this was in the East Bay. All right. So, we're going to cut it. We're going to paste it. That's a BK2. Did we hard code the .BIK? I hope not. I don't see that anywhere. Let's... Ah, BK2, we also load. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Why do I have two of these open? All right. I don't think I need to recompile for any reason. Okay, we're going a little faster now. Now that we are no longer binking. Free headphones from airplanes. Yeah, those are bad. All right. Recompile for the subtitle fix. That was actually a data fix. We don't. I did recompile anyway, but oh no, you're right. It wasn't a data fix. It was a code fix. But yes, we fixed it. We recompiled. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay. You guys don't have the audio, but it's okay. It's temp audio. Temp audio. It's not what a family tree looks like, but okay. I mean, it's all temporary. Can we skip cutscene? Yes, but I don't want to because I'm making sure it all works. I mean, we could also test skipping it after this. Yeah, this is really more frames than we need, but that's okay. It's actually, this is a good first approximation. Like it's, all right. This is a good interpretation of what I wrote down. I didn't imagine the stairs being that tall, but it's kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, no, that whole sequence is broken. We need to fix that, but we could fix it in the real thing. Okay. It's probably over soon. Okay. So we need a little more of an intro and an outro on those. And, we need to edit them and do them finally and all this stuff, but it's working. It's a long cutscene. Well, yeah. Growing attention span. It's like 4 minutes right now. So I just hit spacebar to skip it. Yeah. It's about 4 minutes right now. It probably seems extra long because you can't understand what's happening. Target is probably like 3.5 minutes for that cutscene. But again, it's like who knows what it's going to end up. Like there's things that it's trying to establish that we may not need to establish. We may it's doing a lot. It's like justifying design decisions of promised and all this stuff that it may change. But as a first thing, it's all good. Are they going to pre-rendered or in-engine? I would like them to be hand-drawn. Yeah, I mean, okay, so here's the thing about cutscenes in this game. The game's really long and it has a lot of levels, right? So this is part of what we have to figure out is okay, how many cutscenes are there? What length are they on average? And are there big cutscenes like at the intro and conclusion and then littler shorter ones in the middle, right? To the extent there are littler shorter ones, how short can they be before they're too short and just awkward and you're like, why did I even play that, right? This is just all. This is what we're figuring out. Hand drawn in engine, no. No, like hand drawn, hand drawn. They're a form of reward. Yeah, that's exactly okay. So we want to use it for two things: a form of reward and a form of structure. And I don't mean reward in the cynical way, but just as it's as you solve puzzles. In addition to getting the understanding of the puzzles, you see more of the story unfold, and it's a pretty complicated story. It's going to be more complicated than what you're used to from games, probably, because it just has to be big. Yeah, but we're just figuring that stuff out. How was whatever faraway place I was visiting? Oh, I didn't show you guys my dance photo. It's maybe not the coolest dance photo ever, but I thought it was fun. You'll see the weird shit that I do in Eastern Europe. I don't know. This is going to look, if you don't know anything about dance, it'll look less good than it actually is. Yeah. So this was, I don't remember this girl's name, but I think she's a dance student from Berlin, if I remember who that was exactly. And I am dressed like a schlub, which is bad. But this, if you don't know about dance, it looks like, oh, I'm doing a weird balancing act. But this is a dynamic twist that's kind of like a kung fu throw almost, but like a cooperative, gentle one, where you like lift someone up with your leg and sling them over, and then my arm is out here in order to counterbalance and put my center of gravity like further this way as I spin, right? I don't have video of it, but like this is a, you know, and then there's weird people back here doing their thing. Co-op Kung Fu, yeah. That's why I like it. It basically is co-op Kung Fu. Good exercise. Photoshop out the weird people. Like, yeah, I can do that. Here's how we Photoshop out the weird people, right? We run Microsoft Paint, and then, did I add this to source control? Yeah. Downloads. I already got this one, so here we go. And then, oh, it's pretty high res, so let's make sure to be very careful in our editing here, right? Right, and then get a real good maximum brush size. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's Lena. Lena's cool. We don't scribble her out. This guy I don't like, but she's cool. This guy, fine, but I could scribble him out. This guy was pretty cool. He's from Berlin as well. I don't remember who they are. These people are weird. And then, who's that? I kind of can't tell. Anyway, there were like, I don't know, 60 to 70 people at this event. So it's hard to place. I don't know who that dude is. Okay, so that's my professional photo editing. Do I travel with a photographer? No, but there was someone taking photos at the event. There were a few people, actually. How do you know what moves to do? How do you know what moves to do in anything? You, like, do them. I mean, this is improvisational, but so there aren't, like, set moves, but you tend to learn what your body likes to do. And it's called, like, knowing pathways, right? So, like, instead of doing specific moves, you're like, oh, I'm here. I could sort of follow a pathway in this direction, but we're not going to see exactly where we end up, right? So, like, if I start doing this lift on her, right? If she, while I'm starting to do the lift, moves her weight away from me, it's not going to be a very good lift. It's going to be like clumsy and crappy, so I would then divert to do something else, right? If I'm starting it like this, and, you know, it's totally different, like she could be going up on my shoulder. Here, it's like, I don't remember what she did, but she's in a relatively inert but compact pose here, which you could kind of shot put her. But she could be like spiraling around, she could be springing off, and you just notice what's happening, and then you modify the pathway to go where you want to go. And how do you know how to do that? I mean, it's practice. It's like interpolating quaternions. Yeah, it is, exactly. A full suplex. I don't remember. You mean I'm going to slam her into the ground? I actually did that to a dude. Not exactly, but like someone noticed, you know, my style was kind of martial arty, and he wanted to do that, and so we were playing around, and we have this throw called sans va-vie, which is just, you know, the person is here, and you like, you know, hook your arm around them, and you trip them. You throw your leg out at the same time. Like I would get my right arm around his torso or his neck, and my right leg extended out as far as I can, and you grab his like his right arm, or probably his right arm because he's facing backwards with your left hand, and you like chuck someone over your leg. And that was a thing that we used to practice a lot in Kung Fu, and I got to doing it as a dance move, but usually only with people I have a certain amount of trust with, because it's kind of a shocking move, because you just throw them at the ground really fast, and then you just don't let them hit the ground. So like I just follow them and grab them like 1 inch above the ground. It's entertaining. What kind of music is playing? whatever the DJ feels like playing. Sometimes there's no music, but at this event there usually was. Have I ever tried judo? No. No, but some of the throws in the kung fu that I learned are inspired from judo. Looks like I'm very gracefully kidnapping her. Yeah. There's another one that I might have. Let me look for. I have one from a long time ago. Like I might do in one night, like it, or in a 2 hour dance session. I might do like dozens of different lifts. Like I like to lift, but I have hardly any photos of them. But I could show you one that's kind of different. Not that different. Let's see. And it's more like on the way down instead of the way up like this one was. Let's see if I could find it. It's pretty old, but it's probably hanging out in my old files somewhere. Oh, there's this one. I have this one on Facebook, so some people might have seen it, but this one's not as high res. This is not a lift or anything cool like that. It's just doing an exercise, but it looks. Why can't I find display capture? It just takes too long. There was so much late. Oh, the game's running. That's why. Here. It's like the lighting was cool and like we were doing this exercise, so it's about so starting at the side of the room that's behind me, right, and soloing, you go across the floor, and it was about spinning down to the ground and coming back up, and going down to the ground and coming back up, right? So you're just that's why some people are on the ground. It's like figuring out how to get down gracefully, move, come back up gracefully with minimum energy, so that you have a lot of energy left, right? And this is, I forget who took this picture, but it looks pretty good. This, oh, I guess her name is in the corner. This venue was Pyramid Yoga in Koh Phangan, Thailand, which was a cool place. I did not throw those people on the ground. Okay, let me find the one I was actually looking for, which I may not be able to. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. Maybe it does. Maybe it exists, but I don't know where to look. Here's some historical photos. So during the PlayStation 4 launch event, which was a long time ago now, there was this building in New York where Sony was like doing big displays, and like it was hard to get the camera to focus on this, but like we had witness art going up the side of the building. That's a better focus. So, you know, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stories. Before the game launched. So that was fun. Programmer's Challenge. Yes. Yeah, I did a roll to get up on stage, but like probably most people couldn't see the roll. I did like a roll and then popped up. Okay, it was when I was new to rolling and excited about it. Why can't I find... Maybe it's a JPEG. I'm now searching by file extension. What is this one? Oh, no, that's the one we just looked at. Star.jpg. Come on. I'm seeing a lot of JPEGs that I can't... Like, why does Windows totally change its UI when you search to, like, a totally different fucking thing that doesn't show you the icons of what you're looking at? Oh, maybe it is. It's just taking really long to fill in, and it's doing it in random order. That's great. What's this one? The classic seafood burger. Okay. have like a lot of photos that I don't know what they are. I have a photo of a napkin that I took notes on. Let me see if I can read it. It looks like it's for a speech. Well, no, it looks like it's for multiple things. This might be for the deep work talk. Yeah, it seems like at least some of it's for the deep work talk that I did before that other dude coined the word to mean work. Okay. What is this? Historical photo from the witness. Maybe people have seen this one. I kind of look younger even though you can't tell. We're like mulling over plans for different buildings. This is the, if you look closely, you can see this is the shaft in the mountain where the stuff is. An original shorter version and then like a taller version because I wanted it to be taller. We were sort of planning out like, okay, there's puzzles on each side of like the light bridges, spoilers, and how you get around from level to level, like where the staircases are and stuff. Okay. Look at all this histories that we have. Yeah, I think a lot of these are like I think I'm seeing into people's art portfolios now and stuff, dude. I don't know. Maybe this is just all stuff that the architects collected as references. I am not finding what I am looking for, which bums me out because I like that photo. Do I have it? Maybe I just have it on Facebook. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg. Photos. Yeah, I'm like 20 now. Oh, that's funny. Okay, we found a good photo, but it's not an actual photo. So like this one, this is like a lift that I was doing that my friend Amy was sketching. She like runs this dance event. And it's a very rough sketch, but it's like it's going this way, so like it's actually like this. So my right arm is like under her shoulder, and my left arm is on her leg, and I'm like circling her up high like this. I'm like pushing off my right leg. But it's not a photo. Pixar, it didn't happen. What else have we got on Facebook? It can't be that. That's actually, she's the person who sketched that. It's Mark Ten Bosch, creator of Miyagakure, at a party a really long time ago. Fantastic arcade with filmmaker Nacho Vigalondo. And this, I don't remember who this is. Oh, wait, is that Derek Yu? Wait. I don't know. He's changed his look so many times. Here's me being chubby right there. See that? See that? Okay. Enough said about that. This is Megan Scavio, who used to run the GDC. That's Chris Hecker and Jason Rohr, and we won't. If you know who this is, I won't identify him, but some of you will know who this is. Actually, none of you know who that is. But he was an indie, but also had a big job. Oh, there's Nacho again. He had a big corporate job as well. I don't know what he's doing now. He's probably still has a big corporate job. Okay, the cool photo that I'm looking for isn't here either. So I don't know. I don't know. It's probably in my Dropbox somewhere, but I'm going to stop looking for it. It's a thing that we could look at some other time. Half Dome photo? Okay. Let's go back to Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg. Wouldn't that be cooler if that was his name? Because then he could buy Twitter. And everybody would be like, it was predestined. He is the Zuckerberg. This was at Handmade Con. Right? So, what are we looking for? Oh, the Half Dome. That's from really a long time ago. That's like... This is from 2008, before Braid was released. Long ass time. Oh yeah. No, actually after. Oh. Interesting. I thought it was before. Okay. Okay. Have I done the Half Dome hike? No. No, but 4 Mile Trail was pretty fun. Okay. This was some pseudo Burning Man event. Who are these people? They're too blurry for me to know. They're so blurry. Somehow I recognize me, but none of the other people. Facebook doesn't know either. Oh, okay. No, I know. Okay, this one. So there's some beaches up north of San Francisco, right? And we went and did this like little camp out thing. It's a bunch of dance people. And whoever scheduled it got the tide idea wrong, I think, if this is the one that I'm thinking of. And so the tide started coming in, and we were like cut off from any way out. So I got to use my skills to like lift people out over the water. That was good times. I got really wet, but you know, some of us have to take one for the team. And then someone loaned me a new pair of pants that I could drive home in. Anyway, I can't find the photo that I wanted to. It is Derek, yeah. It's just like he looks so much younger. So much younger. It's crazy. Okay. Enough. See, I don't keep that many photos, but, you know, I have some somewhere. All right. No, I returned the pants. They were not cargo pants. They were like these Thai fisherman pants that, like, I've never had good luck with those. This is not software development. Well, it's Miller time. We did a little bit of work. We did more work than like a Twitter employee does in 3 weeks, so we're celebrating by slacking off. We're taking our mental health day now. Let me get another drink. I was saying, should we game? Yeah, I knew the text was going to come in saying muted. Did I give comment on DHS? I mean, we kind of knew that was happening. It's just good to have official confirmation that that was happening to the extent that it has been reported. Try darker and darker again. What about running Sokoban on Steam Deck? We could do that. It's just I would have to push a new build to Steam, which I'm not sure I want to do yet. I mean, I guess I don't have to. I could like transplant the data over, but that's a giant pain in the ass. The thing is, it's like a 15-minute process probably to put a new build on Steam before even the upload, because we like generate a new manifest and all this stuff. And the problem is we have beta peeps who will be affected if I get it wrong. Not very many, but we have a couple. So actually, we'd rather do that like tomorrow when I'm fresh or something. But we got our cutscenes in. Let me put that on my list of what I did. Oh, also I could check in the work. Uh, okay, so that's cool. Yeah, also we need for Patrick, we need the speed control to get fixed, and that's not fixed yet. And I kind of want to do Miller time tonight. All right, so I did that. I did that. I want to add blood particles because that'll be awesome. This is related. Okay, we're getting there. One of these days. Friend lent you a Steam Deck. Yeah, it's fun. How is gaming on Steam Deck? I mean, it depends on the particular game, right? If it's a game that you really need a big screen for, Steam Deck would not be the thing. If it's a game that is much better played with a mouse, Steam Deck would not be recommended, right? But if it's something that you would play with a gamepad and just like, you know, like if you want a Switch but it's a PC, it's pretty good. Okay, hope I don't have a no check-in here. All right. I think it's just these. Yeah, we checked in the other ones. BK2 is uploading. I bought a 77-inch OLED. I bought a 75-inch Samsung frame, but it's been sitting at my apartment, and I haven't been back there in 6 weeks. Point-and-click adventure games work well with the trackpad. I could see that. Like any kind of 2D mouse or menu game might work well with the trackpad. It's just I don't think 3D, first-person Shooter stuff works very well either on gamepads or trackpads, but maybe if you get really good at it, it's fine. And I know Apex Legends people all play on gamepad now, but that's because there's a ton of aim assist. That's why. You can't cast Twitch to the frame. There isn't a Twitch app for it? Or do you mean like literally screencast it? That's weird. How is there not a Twitch Android app? Like I downloaded it here. Wouldn't it just run on there, or do they have it turned off for the frame somehow? It's turned off. That's a bummer. Why? Maybe Twitch didn't pay them. Maybe you have to sideload it. Hey baby, I got a side load right here. Yeah, I really like the way the frame looks, and I really like that it's a matte TV, which is apparently hard to find now. Like I'm tired of like trying to watch TV through glass and glare. It's ridiculous. So I like it. All right, well, I have done Miller time, and I'll probably go to bed. I got up very early today, like at 5 in the morning, so it's about my bedtime. Um, we probably won't stream tomorrow because I'm traveling again, but I would like to stream again soon. See you later, everybody. Wait, we should raid somebody. We haven't raided somebody in a long time. Wow, only 2 hours. And half of that 2 hours was like talking about photos and chilling out. So that wasn't a bad amount of progress for an hour of work. It could have been much faster, but it wasn't that bad. Okay, software. No, how do we get there? We could just go to twitch.tv. I don't know. Can't you like Chromecast Twitch to your Samsung frame? Like, oh, dude, Grims is playing Dark and Darker, and Anthony. They've been playing this game for a couple months. All right. Anyway. Okay, software. I found a place to click on it. Do I remember how to streaming? Good question. Pomodoro. Okay. I mean, I kind of did Pomodoro tonight, not gonna lie. I'm not really seeing programming. TypeScript. You could rate a TypeScript stream. That's better than. Oh, is he unrateable? Is that? No, you just can't copy paste these anymore. but he's on Be Right Back. Oh, no, he's back. All right, we're going to rate a TypeScript stream. All right. And be good, because it is much better than JavaScript, and we like people who care about software quality, which is the reason why you would use TypeScript. And hopefully the game's cool. TV has a matte finish. Yeah, you can't see hardly any reflection in it. It's great. It is great. Bye, everyone.